Hey guys, welcome to Frank's Handyman. Today we're going to be doing two projects starting at Veggie Grill. We're going to be switching these three lamps right here. They're not working anymore, so we're going to be putting three new ones. As you can see, we're going to be putting these black ones, and they're pretty easy. They're screw on, and it's pretty easy to put the wires through, as you can see here. That's what he's doing. And right here, he's just kind of seeing how it's going to look. Started the process of removing the first one. And he was trying to remove it with this little key, but none of them seemed to work. So he was going to use a different tool. He started using this one to unscrew it off. And with this tool, it worked perfectly fine. As you can see here, he was able to remove it. And then these are the electrical caps right here. These are make sure that the current runs through. He ended up putting some new electrical caps on all of them because the old ones were not good enough. And now he started the process of putting everything back together. As you can see here, he's putting back the pieces and screwing them in. And once he finishes putting this, he's going to make the process of putting down the wires and connecting them. As you can see here, he put the wires and he also put the electrical caps on. He also had to put the light bulbs in, and this was a pretty easy process. It was just about unscrewing it and screwing it back in. And he did this for all three of them. And before he screwed it in, we had to see if it worked, and it did. As you can see here, the light turned on. And now it's just about to put the screws on and the caps. Once he got done with the first one, he knew what to do for the next two, so everything moved pretty smoothly as he did the exact same steps as the first one. He got the second one to work as well, and we always make sure to test out if the light works before putting it in. That way, if it doesn't work, we don't have to take everything off again. And now he moved on to the last one, unscrewed everything off. Once he unscrewed everything off, he started putting everything back together, as well as the lamp. He finished putting this, we got done at Veggie Grill, and we moved on to another project that we had to do at a previous job site that we've been to, and we had to remove all these tiles and we had to break it off right here in the countertop on this kitchen. And as well, as you can see by the window, we also had to remove that. I'm gonna start by hammering everything off, and at the same time he's gonna be cleaning. That way it stays clean and he's making progress. As you can see, the floor is new, so we also didn't want to have a lot of debris on the ground. That way it didn't scratch the floor. Once he removes the tiles, we're also going to be removing the whole top of the countertop, because you're going to put new countertops as well. Once he broke everything off from the top, he also started cleaning around. Once he fully got done with the top one, as you can see, he needed a water break until he moves on to the next ones, which are going to be the ones on the sides. But before he gets to those, he's just going to do a little bit more cleaning and make sure that everything is clean. Like I said, we had to be really careful to make sure that the floor did not get scratched, so we didn't want to have any debris on the ground. He set down this piece of cardboard right here because he didn't want the tiles when they fell to scratch the floor. As you can see, he made progress and took everything off. All he has left to do is take off the one on the wall as well, and then move on to the one by the sink. Now he's gonna start removing this piece on the wall, but he has to be really careful because he doesn't want anything to come off with it. Once finishing this, he moved on to cleaning the rest of the debris, that way he could move on to the next section. Now this was the other bigger section that we had to focus on for the next part of the day. And we had to be really careful because that window was right by all of the tiles and we wanted to make sure that it didn't break. So that's why we put that piece of cardboard there. That way it gave us a little bit of assurance and that we were able to move through this job pretty fast, as you could see here. Once you finish this, it's really only the last corners you can see there on the right side, and also a little bit on top right here by the window. It was a little bit more difficult because we just wanted to make sure that when we took out the tiles, no paint was really ripping off as well too much, or any of the wall. Once that piece came off, all that was left to do was right here by the window. As a lot of debris was accumulating, he had to make sure that he was also cleaning at the same time. Right here, he's using the head of the broom, that way he makes sure that everything is cleaned really well. As you can see, he took off all of the tiles now. All he has to do now is just clean all the little small debris. Once he finished cleaning here, he moved on into taking off everything apart. As you can see right here, he's gonna take off just the countertop and cut down everything. He's cutting it down, that way it's easier to take out the parts. As you can see, he took out the middle part. All he had to do was take out both sides now. And this one gave a little bit more of an issue just because he had some screws on there, but we had to make 3 cuts, divided it evenly, and then made some smaller cuts. That way we were able to take out the top without damaging anything else. Once that part came off, everything else was pretty easy to take off. As you can see right here, it's gonna come off pretty easily. And now it's just this part. We already knew the issue on the other side, so we ended up doing the same steps on this side, and everything came off a lot easier. And once he finished making some smaller cuts right here, he was able to take everything off all at once. You'll see right here. And once he did that, that was it. That was all we had to do for today. We're gonna have to do some other things in the future, so stay tuned and keep watching the videos for the future events.